As promised, here is a video explaining question 2G. In case you got it wrong, you can use this to clear up any muddy points. In question 2G, we are going to assume instead that the price of rice stayed constant, the price of computers fell by 20%, and wages decreased by 10%. We want to know if landowners or capital owners would be better off, and we want to explain that answer. We also want to explain how the fall in computer price would affect real wage earned by labor or labor welfare, and then we write out the associated mathematical equation. All right, so I got a bit of the work done. To get us started, here are the steps. We are first going to calculate percentage change in rental on capital, and then calculate percentage change in rental on land. After that, we'll check the real rental on capital in terms of the two goods, rice and computers. Right there, they are here, rice and computers. Okay. And then we'll check the real rental on land in terms of the two goods, and then write out the mathematical equation. This is what we were given. We were given percent in the question 2G that percentage change in wage fell by 10%. Percentage change in price of rice did not change, so 0. Percentage change in price of computers fell by 20%. Okay, so we're going to use that. Now, I did a bit of work so that this video is not too long. Here is the percentage change in rental on land. This is the formula. So I plug everything in. The stuff in blue is what the question 2G gave us, right? So I plug it in, do my math, and find that the answer is 7.65%. Okay, and then I look at the percentage change in rental on capital. This is the formula, and the blue is what question 2G gave us. So I plug that in. The 150 and the 70 I got from here. I'm going to scroll up now. Right, the sales revenue for computers, that was 150, and the sales revenue for ag, that was 150. Payments to labor, that was 65 for rice. Payments to labor, that was 70. See, that's where I got the information from. But the stuff in blue, and I'll show you again. The stuff in blue is coming from question 2G. Okay. So I plug and chug and find out that my answer is negative 28.8%. So rental on capital fell while rental on land increased. This is a plus, right? So positive. Okay. Given that we just calculated our rental on capital as negative 28.8% and the rental on land as 7.65%. Now, remember, we were given in question 2G that percentage change in price of computers fell by 20%. There was no change in the price of rice, and the wage, the percentage change in wage was 10%. So we are going to use all of this info here to figure out the real rental on capital in terms of rice and computers. So capital owners earned RK, right? Capital owners earn RK. Now RK fell 28.8%. So RK here went down 28.8%. I'm going to leave the negative sign there so people remember that it's a fall. Okay. Now, price of computers, that fell by 20%, right? So that fell 20%. Okay. What do you think? Are capital owners better off or worse off? Well, they are worse off because their earnings just went down faster than the price of manufactured goods went down. You see, so they can buy fewer computers than before trade. So capital owners can buy fewer computers than before trade. So they are worse off in computers. Okay, what about rice? Well, the price of rice stayed the same, right? So this one stayed constant. Price of rice stayed constant. PA stayed constant. Meanwhile, RK fell by 28.8%. And so, yeah, they can buy fewer units. Capital owners can buy fewer units of rice than before trade. So what does that mean? Well, it means that capital owners are worse off in both goods. Do you see how we just did that? We used our calculations. Above and the information from question 2G to write all of this up. Okay? So pause the video here, go back and look for anything you missed. All right? Moving on. Real rental on land in terms of rice and computers. We know that price of computers went down 20%. Okay. And rental on land went up. Ooh, it went up. I have to be careful here. Okay. It went up. Went up 7%. What do you think? Price is falling super quickly. And your earnings on land is increasing slowly. You're better off, right? So in that case, landowners can buy more computers. In this case, the same idea. We have an increase in rental on land, and we have no change in the price of rice. Again, landowners are better off in terms of rice. Landowners can buy more rice. So landowners are better off in both goods. And how I know? Well, the analysis is up here. Okay. What about labor welfare? We know that from question 2G, we were told that wages fell by 10%. So wages fell by 10%. The price of computers, that's going up. Let's go back up to figure that out. That's going up 20%. No, that went down. Okay. So hopefully you're not listening to this as a podcast, but you're actually looking at the video too. So price of computers went down 20%. Okay, what do you think? The prices are going down faster, you see, than wage. So what does that tell you? Pause the video and think about it. Okay, since there's a bigger fall in price, we say that labor is better off. There's a bigger fall in price. Price fell 20% whilst wage went down 10%. Okay. Down here, there's no change in the price of rice, and there is a fall of 10% in wages. Prices didn't change, but your wages fell. In that case, you are worse off. So, well, in this case, labor welfare sees a gain in computers only. And, well, they see a gain in computers, but that's because there was a steeper or a sharper fall in price of computers. You see. So, labor welfare gains in computers due to larger fall in price of computers. All right, let's move on. The math notation, what is that going to look like? Well, I did most of the work here for us. We know percentage change in rental on capital. That fell 28.8%, so that's a negative 28.8%. Percentage change in price of computers, that fell 20%, so negative 20% down here. Percentage change in wage, we are told in the question that fell 10%. The one percentage change in rice, no change. Percentage change in rental on land, well, that went up 7.6%. And so this is just the mathematical notation written with the equality sign. That's the equality sign, or these are the equality signs facing the same direction. Now, one thing though that I want to point out to you is that the percentage change in rental on capital, well, the real rental falls, right? The real rental falls here. Real rental on capital falls. Okay. Now, what about the percentage change in wages in real terms? Well, the change in real wage is ambiguous. It depends on what you buy, right? It depends on what you buy. Let's sneak up to see that. If, in this case, if labor purchases computers, they are better off, right? Better off in computers. So if labor restricts itself to purchasing just computers, they'll be fine. But if labor purchases any rice at all, then they'll be worse off. You see, so it's the effect is ambiguous. It depended on what labor purchased. Okay. Ambiguous meaning being better off or worse off. Being better off or worse off depended, there we go, depended on the good purchased. In this case, better off in computers, but worse off in rice. Better off in computers, but worse off in price. Sorry, worse off in rice. In rice, according to our calculation. According to our calculation. Okay. And then what happened to the The real rental on land, well, that went up, right? Real rental on land went up. Real rental on land went up. It's as if I can hear someone saying they can't see the stuff that I wrote here. Well, here they are. Feel free to pause the video and go over all of these in preparation for an exam if one of such is coming up. If you are currently taking my class, please just email me if you need more clarification or you spot some errors. If you're not taking my class and you are super far away from where we are, feel free to leave us a comment. Thank you. Like and subscribe. Dr. T out. Did you like that? I did.